Yo, what is going on, Maverick fam? Your boy Dion here, aka I'm Maverick, here to talk some NBA Live 18. That's right, I'm super excited to give you guys this early gameplay footage that I was able to cap when I was at EA Play out in Cali, and I get to release it to you guys. So before I do that, two heads up. Your boy is long-winded, drawn out. My style is real raw. I don't have any notes right now. I just got two games that I'll be commentating over, and I'm going to loop those as I share my thoughts on the game. Second, I captured two games of the Drew League, as you see here, but I didn't get the full games back. I only got these highlights that I'm showing you guys, so I wasn't able to edit this and show you everything like I wanted, but it's early gameplay, so I'm blessed and I'm happy to still bring it to you. Now, before we look at how good it looks now, let's look at, so we can really appreciate it, let's look at what this game looked like the last time we saw it. So what you're seeing now is NBA Live 16 on the Xbox One. I capped this myself. I just went Cavs and Warriors. Now, at a glance, you can instantly see they've obviously improved on the graphics. They've improved on the player models. They've improved with the animations, the gameplay. These are all improvements. So they took the year off, and you can obviously tell that. Kudos to them. But at the end of the day, we're not really here to compare NBA Live 16 to 18. The real question is, how do they stack up against 2K? Is it possible that we have another basketball title that we can take serious this year? And we're going to address that, but let's go back to NBA Live 18. Again, this is the Drew League. I am playing as the road team, which is in the black, against my boy Stacks, who is home on the white. Now, as we talk about some of my likes, we got to start with the one-on-one interaction. I feel like that's my favorite part of the game, and that is the one thing that I think hands down they do better than NBA 2K. My frustration with the 2K is they have a lot of opportunities for the offense to just spam dribble moves, and your defender will fall, like literally fall. These ankle breaker animations will trigger, and you didn't do anything wrong on defense. But if you watch here on offense, Stacks is just saucing your boy up right now with Harden. That's some of the stuff that you can pull off, but there's this great like mini game within the game. So on offense, you got the right stick, you can cross over, go between the legs, behind the back. You're trying to get by the defender, right? As a defender, you're trying to cut off all of these angles, which is just like any game. But the way they do it is so smooth. If you see these green arrows, maybe when I'm going left, that's because he cut me off to the left. And from there, we're in this jostle phase. And there I can counter and maybe go back right. I can spin back. I can do a step back. And it's just seamless. So you'll see I'm driving left right here, and he gets that green arrow because he goes to the left and cuts me off. And so my guy kind of is stopped. Then I go back between the legs, and from here I can go left or right again. I choose to attack him left. He partially recovers, and I decide to pull up more contested right in his face. But what I could have done from there is I could have spun back to the right. I could have did a step back. They have this cool branching, system offensively and defensively that really adds a lot of depth to the one-on-one interactions, and they do it very smoothly. You don't feel like you're trapped in this one-on-one game. You can get in and out of it very cleanly. So just kind of watch the gameplay and kind of see how it unfolds and make your own mind up on it. But that is hands down my favorite part about the game, because you think about it, it is the game in a sense, and it also works in the post. That same interaction where you can cut off, anticipate, and branch out of things works in the post. So with them building on that, I think it adds so much depth and so much fun to the game. Some of my other likes, though, I like the physicality when you're driving. Kind of notice that too. You'll like bump shoulders with the defender, and you kind of feel like you're driving to the hole. I like the blocks. Now, there is something I don't like about the blocks, but I'll get to that in my dislikes, portion. But I like the blocks. They feel better to me than 2K. They did some really cool things with the sound, so you like feel the force of the block, like when you hit it. I think they did a good job with the different block animations. You can pin shots off the backboard with two hands. You can just straight snatch them out the air. There's some really good ones. I like the atmosphere, both of the Drew League and the normal arena, but even the Pro-Am and like the one setting where you're playing at Venice Beach or Rucker Park. They did phenomenal with that, just with the crowd watching. That's really fun to play at. The signature abilities are really cool. Kyrie feels and looks like Kyrie. I mean, just watch it. Harden looks, feels like Harden. They've gone to details to where, like, they studied what the person's fingers look like on their shot, and they're modeling that, post-shot celebration. So they did a really good job giving players an identity, and I feel like that shows pretty well. But just overall, like the overall fun factor, that's the best way to describe it, is that it's just fun. And I think a lot of it has to do with that one-on-one interaction that they're building off of. But it's just flat out fun, if I could say that about a video game, right? And I feel like there's those games where you just describe like, man, like it's just fun. And this was probably the game I was most excited to play at EA Play. I was always trying to find people like, hey, let's play, let's run Drew League, you want to get this work. And I think that says a lot. It's probably between this and the Madden team play. Those were just hands down the most fun I've had in a while, like legitimately, with these sports games. So those are my likes, but I did have some dislikes. It's not all roses, but the problems that I do have with the game, I think they're very manageable. I don't think it's anything like huge and game breaking, but a lot of it comes down to just polishing, polishing different animations, like some of the dunks. You'll even see it in some of this footage, like the ball doesn't like go in the rim smoothly or even all the way. I feel like even just on some of the dribbling, like there'll be times where you see the ball like go above the ball handler's hands. And this is this is early work in progress. They still got time, and their demo isn't releasing until August. So of course I'm confident they'll clean a lot of that stuff up. There is one of those dunks I'm talking about. I feel like some of the blocks, getting into that issue I had, sometimes they just jump randomly as if like they didn't go into a block animation. They just kind of look stupid and they're like flailing. That happens a little too often, a little more often than it probably should. Also, the chase down blocks, I know they're still adding those animations, but at this moment they're probably not where I'd like to see them at. You just don't feel like you could really chase someone down and get a block on a fast break. But again, these are stuff that they can tune, and stuff that's probably on their checklist. Is just early in development. I feel like you don't really feel like there's no sense of urgency or an intensity on the court. You don't see guys diving for passes or trying to throw something back in bounds. And I'm pretty sure you can't trigger these manually, if you want to dive to save a ball from going out of bounds. So that's a big one for me. And then probably lastly, one of the big things that, I'm talking about big things here. I feel like there's too many overpowered animations that trigger there. They're super cool animations. They're fun to look at. They're cool when you pull them off, but like 360 layups and like really tough Euros, I think those trigger contextually a little too much. If there was a harder way to pull them off, like with the shot stick or something, I would be cool with that. But I think you can just get in the lane and push X sometimes, and the animation that plays, for me, is a little bit too OP. Now, they've toned the make rate on some of those, so you don't always make them, but I don't know. And this is something that's this is a personal preference. I think someone that's new to the game, they might enjoy that, right? And that's probably why it's in the game. They want someone to pick up and play and be able to do a 360 layup or a crazy dunk and be happy about it. So I get it, but that still goes on my list as a dislike. And now we got to talk about Live versus 2K. Is there legit competition? And to be short, I say yes. I 100% think these guys have a title that can compete with 2K. And I 100% believe there will be people that jump off of the 2K bandwagon and they say, hey, you know what? I have more fun with Live this year than I do with 2K. And I think it's set up that way. There's people that just with 2K kind of dominating for so long, people got fatigue over there. And they're itching to play something that is new, that feels new. And Live feels new. It is new. And it's quality this year. Now, overall, as a total package, it might be tough, man. I honestly, before I would say something like it is better than Live, or Live is better, or 2K is better, I would want more time with Live, because Stacks is always good at keeping things in perspective. When I talk to him about this, he's like, who knows, man? Like, we've been playing 2K all year. Live is like what's fresh, and how much does that weigh into someone saying that is better? That's a legitimate case, and I think because of that, people will jump onto Live very quickly and enjoy it, because the fun is also there on top of that when you talk about the one-on-one interactions and everything else that I said under my likes. So I won't go as far as saying which one is better, 100% I have more fun playing live at the moment, but there could be other things that factor into that. So we're going to keep it 100 and leave that as a possibility. But I also think that they have things that they do better. Like I said, I think the one-on-one is better. I like the blocks better. I feel like there's a better chance for like a skill gap because the offense and defense is more skill based now. There's no flukiness. I like the shot meter better on live, which was weird because at first I hated it. It was just so big. It felt like it was in the way. But the more I used it, I like it. I don't like it on free throws, though. I think they need some tuning on the free throws as far as whether it's speed. Like, I don't feel like it's ratings based. It's just kind of, it's at a different speed than the normal shot meter. So that needs work, but just on a normal shot, I like the shot meter better in live. But 2K still has some things like you probably can make an argument overall that their graphics are better. The authenticity it's more. 2K just feels like more of an authentic NBA experience, but I don't know that that's bad. Live, and I'm hesitant to say this, but live kind of feels arcadey, but not in an extreme way. It just feels a little bit more, and I don't know if that is a graphical thing or what, but that's just the word that comes to mind. Slightly more arcadey, but some people might prefer that because it's gonna feel different than 2K. It 100% feels different, and so yeah, I don't know if that's a win for 2K or not, but it feels a little bit more authentic. I think the presentation I would give that easily to 2K. I think the career mode is going to be better in 2K, but I'll talk about that a little bit more because I have a video about the One, which is a mode inside of NBA Live that is similar to like my career inside of 2K. So I'll save some of that stuff for that. But again, I think Live did their thing 100%. They got better from their last title, which was 16. That's undebatable. And I also think they do some things better than 2K now. And they are going to start to give 2K a run for their money. And I'm really excited for these next couple years because I think they're making a statement this year. But what can they do these next couple years to close the gap even more and maybe be back on top? So those are my thoughts, though. You guys see the gameplay. Give me your thoughts. I'm really excited to give you guys the gameplay because I don't think the trailers did it justice. I think the trailers were kind of weak, and I told them that. I said, your guys' trailers were kind of butt cheeks, man. I love y'all, but it made the game look so blocky and like the animations were real stiff. And not to say that there's no stiff animations in it. There's stiff animations in 2K, but the game is a lot smoother and more fluid than that trailer showed it to be. And you guys are seeing that now. If you played it, you would see that. And so I'm glad that you guys are seeing it. I want to know your honest opinions. Do you feel like 2K has to worry? Like, are you liking what you're hearing about Live? Are you interested? Or do you still feel like they got a ways to go? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. Y'all are awesome. And until next time, God first. God bless.